Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing something I had low expectations for because it's so tiny. Here it is. It's a Hold Lamp 700 watt smoke machine with disco ball lights, 9 LED colorful light effects, light ball, disco ball, 3500 CFM, huge fog with a wireless remote. The huge fog part kind of took me off guard, and the lights, the level of lights and the level of fog took me way off guard. Now it's got a tiny bin. I'd say the container itself is like this big by like that big, so it's very tiny. I ran it for like 10 minutes testing it out, and we're probably a third of the way out. So I'd imagine you'd have 30 or 40 minutes of continuous use. Whew, that stuff. And I used some pretty good fog juice. It's dense and it's low-lying for Halloween. Is my main purpose. And my main purpose for wanting to review this unit was for Halloween, because I knew you could take the disco ball light out of the equation and just mess with these lights. You do get a strobe light effect, which is really cool for Halloween. A red light, a green, a blue, stuff like that to, you could set a definite tone with your decorations and whatnot. And that's kind of what I was shooting for. But it also revealed itself to be kind of a multi-purpose unit, not just for that, but it also works for that. So it's all cool. Like I said, this is the Fog-700 unit. When it arrived in the box, it's just a plain box. And I really didn't know what it was because the box was so small. And I just assumed it was bigger than what it really was. But when it shows a picture, I'll leave a link to the YouTube down the YouTube description, a link to the product on Amazon. When it shows like the remote next to it in the photo, which I'm looking at right now, that's like an accurate description of size. By unboxing it, it's very simple to put together. It's ready to go just in minutes. All you're going to do is screw these two things down to the side of the mount. It's got a mounting bracket here, which can be used as a handle as well, but it actually has a handle here, which does keep its balance pretty good with solution in there, so it doesn't tilt really too much one way or the other. It's got an on-off on the back. You got about a 3 or 4 foot long power cord, so you're going to need an extension with it for sure, unless you just luck up. I plugged it up in the garage, and before I could like set up the shot, it started like pumping the juice out. And the remote's pretty cool. Look at that, huh? We haven't seen that in a long time. Batteries come included, but the cool thing is, like, you got these numbers here, and you're like, well, what's the purpose of these? When you turn the unit, the remote around, that's what it's for. So, like, as you see it here, boom. Smoke would be 1, red 2, and it says 2, but they put it kind of backward. They put it in the way that it would be when you flipped it right around and looked at the number pad, which is cool. So smoke 1, red light 2, green light 3, blue light 4. This is the rings. Then you get the automatic color change 5 for like this dome. Strobe light for the rings on number 6. Number 7's magic ball open. And number 8, magic ball pass. So you can cut this disco ball on and off. Just kind of keep pushing buttons and stuff until you get a rhythm for it. Because it doesn't really go into full explanation, but I was able to change the dome light color spectrum as well along with this. So, I mean, just there's a lot of concoctions here, but this definitely does give you a pretty good outline of what those buttons are doing. But just play with it. Good range. I never got to a point where I couldn't get to it, the unit. I love the red light and I love the strobe light, just with the 9 lights on the bottom here. It put a good creepy light out. Even blue and green did too, so it's really just suited for what you need it for. I was surprised at the dome disco light. It actually projected good solid light to the ceiling of the garage. I have a high ceiling in there. So it got all the way across and looked good. It didn't look like a blurry mess even across the room of that section of the garage was a 2-car garage. 22 feet long or so, and it was all the way against one side. So you're getting you get to see a 22 by whatever 2-car with the 2-foot extended for storage on the sides, and it filled the whole space. The fog machine, man, it just like whoosh, and the whole place was like lit up with fog, and it set low and dense in a controlled setting. The garage was pretty controlled. It didn't really rise up too far so I could see, so it would be perfect for Halloween. But again, that's the dense, low-laying fog juice that I have that I put through it. That's expensive. Yeah, let's see what else. Oh yeah, you can push 1 to start the fog machine. You do get a red light notification across the top that the remote's working. You push 1 to start it, and it will just spray out, time out, heat back up, spray out, time out, heat back up again, which I really like because it's like an auto setting. Or you can just press 1, spray a little bit, press 1, and it'll shut off, and you can run it like that, just squirts at a time. But there is no timer for it to spray like every 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. I'm still looking for one of those for this Halloween, though. I would like a timer. But this is pretty cool because if I'm in the house, I've got security cameras so I can watch if anyone is coming up for Halloween night, and just spray it out, set the tone, have the red, blue, green, whatever solid light below, and really set a good atmosphere. So I really like it for the price. They've lowered the price quite a bit. It's on sale right now. So I think it's a pretty good steal for what all you're kind of getting. Yeah, it looks like a small, tiny machine, but it performed pretty strong. You do get the lights, which are very cool. If you consider just a light source alone, to add a fog machine on top of that for the price, it is not a crazy price at all. It's a low price. It's a good unit for that reason. If you think about it, well, I've got these lights, but I got an added bonus of fog as well. So think of it from that point of view, and I think you'll be very happy going into it. So the 700 watt fog output power reaches to about 3,500 CFM between 3 and 4 meters of distance, and duration of fog time is about 30 seconds. So yes, I agree with that. As you can get up to 30 meters of radius with this. And be careful inside, because I wanted to show my wife this. I was out there playing with it in the garage with everything shut up, just really looking at it and paying attention to everything. And I was like, holy crap, this thing is so awesome. Let me run get the wife. So right when I opened the door to go into the house, it was just like a sea of this fog came in, and every smoke detector on the bottom floor went off. And I was having to explain myself to the security company. And I was like, oh yeah, I was just cooking something. And they're like, but these alarms went off. And I'm like, yeah, I know, we got it. It's okay. Here's my code word. So be mindful of that. If you're going to do it inside, if you're going to try it out when you get it on the inside, it's going to set off your smoke alarms.